Good afternoon and welcome to Barrio Fiesta. Buhay sa Bahay or Life at Home is our 2021 theme for our annual culture celebration. Since the start of the pandemic, we have all been collectively doing our part to keep ourselves and the people around us safe. With the additional time spent at home, we have been able to reflect on one of the biggest components of Filipino culture, family. At UFFSA, we are Pamilya, and although we are not able to gather together in person this barrio, we will still continue to commemorate and honor the culture we are proud of. Barrio Fiesta is UFFSA's biggest cultural celebration of the spring semester. Today, we will have a large variety of free Filipino foods such as lumpia, pancit, pork barbecue, and chicken afritada, and attendees of Barrio Fiesta will be allowed to participate in our Filipino food drive-thru after the show. So make sure you sign in to be eligible. Not to be biased, but Barrio is by far my favorite FSA event. I hope that you'll enjoy it as much as I do, and without further ado, we welcome you to Barrio Fiesta 2021 Buhay sa Bahay.
Uy!
Bakit ka malungkot?
I miss my family.
Oh, don't worry. I have a group of people that'll cheer you up. Wow, Jello, where are we? Parang nasa bahay tayo.
Though we can't have the event in person, it still feels like I'm at home with my family here at Barrio.
Kamusta po sa inyong lahat? Ako po si Jess Reynosa.
At ako po si Angelo Yap.
At
At kami ang iyong MCs para sa Barrio Fiesta 2021. Today, from the comfort of our own homes, we'll be exploring our culture through different dances, songs, and so much more. And I promise you, you don't want to miss a single thing. Before we start, please remember to sign in using the QR code or link in the chat.
Ngayon, itayo po kayo para sa pambansang awit ng Pilipino.
But first, please rise for the Filipino National Anthem sung to you by our G, Francis Gallardo.
Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pa sisiil, sa dagat at puntok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng wataw at mo'y tagumpay na nangning-ning-ning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa may di magdidilim. Lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta, buhay ang langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mang-aapi, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
At pagkanta ng pambansang awit ng Amerikano,
And singing the American National Anthem, our VP of Culture, and my ate, Trina Sieson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets sprang glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
thank you, Francis and Trina.
Dili ko maghulat nga makita ang mga pasundayag karon.
Huh? Wait. Are you speaking Bisaya? I can only understand Tagalog. Let's backtrack.
Oh, that's awkward. I was just saying, I can't wait to see today's performances. And I was speaking in Bisaya because our first performance is a traditional partner folk dance from the Bisaya region.
Oh, aray.
No, Waray!
Oh, right, Waray. The fifth most spoken dialect of the Visayan languages. Please welcome U of FSA dancing Waray Waray.
Waray-waray, hindi tatakas. Waray-waray, handang matodas. Waray-waray, bahala bukas. Waray-waray, manigas. Waray-waray, tawag sa akon, sa bakbakan. Diri mag-urong, sa sino man ay humahamon. Kahit ikaw ay maton, likas sa ating paraluman, kiming palagi mapagbigay. Ngunit iba ang waray-waray, walang sindak kanino man. Kaming babaeng waray-waray ay siga-siga kahit saan, pagkat kami ay lumalaban. Kapag hinamon ang away, waray-waray, hindi tatakas. Waray-waray, handang matodas. Waray-waray, bahala bukas. Waray-waray, manigas. Ay waray, hindi tatakas. Waray-waray, handang matodas. Waray-waray, bahala bukas. Waray-waray, manigas. Waray-waray, manigas.
That was such a cute performance.
And some of the partner pairings were cute too. Kinikilig ako.
Not that.
Anyways, I'm in the mood for something relaxing right now.
Ako rin, gusto ko marinig ang magandang boses ng ko si Isabel.
You want to hear your co's angelic voice? Well, you're in luck. For all you viewers out there, sit back and relax sa mga bahay ninyo. Here's Isabel Armadillo singing Kung Ako Na Lang Sana by Between Escalante.
Eto ka na naman, kung makatok sa aking pintuan, muling naghahanap na makakausap. At eto naman ako, nakikinig sa mga kwento mong paulit-ulit lang. Nagtitiis kahit nagsasaktan. Ewan ko bakit ba hindi ka pa nadadala. Hindi ba't kailan lang nang ikaiwanan niya. At ewan ko na sa'yo, parang baling walang ang puso ko. Anong nang ba meron siya? Nasa akin ay di mo makita. Kung ako na lang sanang iyong minahal, di ka na muling mag-iisa. lang sanang iyong minahal. Di ka na muling luluha pa, di ka na mangangailangan pang humanap ng iba. Narito ang puso ko, naghihintay lamang sa'yo. Ito pa rin ako, umaasang ang puso mo, pagkasakali pang ito'y mabago. Ang buhay mo ang kulang na lang, lulubusan. Kung ako na lang sana ang iyong minahal, di ka na muling mag-iisa. Kung ako na lang sana ang iyong minahal, di ka na muling luluha pa, di ka na mangangailangan pang humanap ng iba. Narito ang puso ko, naghihintay lamang sa'yo. Kung ako na lang sana. Kung ako na lang sana ang iyong minahal, di ka na muling mag-iisa. Kung ako na lang sana ang iyong minahal, di ka na muling luluha pa, di ka na mangangailangan pang humanap ng iba. Narito ang puso ko, naghihintay lamang sa'yo. Kung ako na lang sana.
Wow, Jess, you were right. Sobrang ganda ang boses niya.
Well, duh. Isabel really said, ako na lang sana. But for me, ako lang ang tama.
Bye. You're not always right, especially with that corny joke. Ugh.
What? Huwag mong ipaubaya sa akin.
Wow, I would never give up on you. Please welcome our next performer, Trixia May Balange, singing Paubaya by Moira de la Torre.
Saan nagsimulang magbago ang lahat? Kailan nung ako'y di na naging sapat? Ba't di mo sinabi nung una pa lang ako ang kailangan, pero di ang mahal? Saan nagkulang ang aking pagmamahal? Lahat ay binigay ng mapangiti ka lang. Ba't di ko nakita na ayaw mo na ako ang kasama? Pero hanap mo siya, at kung pero siya ang wakas. At kita naman sa iyong mga mata kung bakit pinili mo siya. Mahirap labanan ang tinadhana. Pinapahubaya ko na sa kanya.
Thank you, Trixia, for another beautiful performance.
These past two songs really got in my feels.
Don't worry, Jess. Merong ako regalo para sa iyo.
Wow. You couldn't even give me anything more than that? Well, look at this performance. There's so many flowers.
Well, they have a lot of flowers because it's a Catholic dance dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
Well, all those flowers really remind me of my garden at home. Suddenly, I really miss home.
Now you're getting in your feels again. Let me continue. Bulaklakan is a floral dance, and the name refers to the flowers grown in Bulacan. Please welcome UFSA again, dancing Bulaklakan.
Ipalakpakan mo ulit sa sayaw ng Bulaklakan.
Okay, rhyming. Okay, tongue twister.
Yeah, okay. But you know what? Suddenly, I'm starting to feel really homesick.
Same. I really miss home. But do you know what'll make you feel better? Us performing. Duh.
You're right. I can't wait to hear you sing your own theme song.
Teka muna. This is mine? Kanta mo to.
Itigan mo na yan. Don't worry about it. It's not that deep. It's not your song or mine. It's ours because we're about to perform it.
I feel like it would be awkward introducing ourselves, but anyways, performing a duet singing Titibo Tibo by Moira de la Torre, please welcome your favorite co-MCs and Cultura Cambas.
elementary pala, napapansin na nila mga gawin mong parang hindi pambabae kasi imbis na Chinese garter, laruan mo ay text sa Jolens. Tapos ko jami mo lagi noong mga sige lalaki sa iyo.
Nung ako'y mag-high school ay napabarkada sa mga bike. Curious na babae na ang hanap din ay babae. Sa halip na makeup kit, bibit ko ay gitara. Tapos pormahan ko lagi ay lomsi sa t-shirt at fede na lonta.
Pero noon nakilala ko na aking tipla, natuto ako na mapwede ba na kahit nakilay lintaman.
Hindi ko alam kung anong meron ka na sa'y akin ay napalambot ng bigla. Si umaga akalang lalaki pala ang bibihat sa tulay kong tingin lang.
Kahit ika'y titibok-tibok, puso mo ay titibok-tibok pa rin sa'yo. Isang halik ko lamang at iyo ay tinatablan, at ang iyong pagkababae ay nabubuhayan na parang pang bulaklak na namumukadkad. Dahil alaga ko sa dalig at katamtaman sikan, araw-araw kong pag-ibig sa aking buhay napapasarap.
College ay sana ko lamang tinigay ang matamis na oong 10 buwan mong trinabaho.
Sa halip ng tsokolate at tipikal na mga diskarte, nabihag mo ko sa mga tulad sa mga katang mo pa, bebe.
Kaya nga naman makilala kita, lumnagad ang mayroong himala. Natutuwa kung nagtapadalas ang pagsuot ng bestirang pula.
Pero di na nangyasam na iyo'y magbagong tuluyan para patunayang walang mantigas na tinapay sa manin ng kape ng iyong pagmamahal. Kahit ika'y titibok-tibok, puso ko ay titibok-tibok pa rin sa'kin. Isang halik ko lamang at ayo ay tinatablan, at ang iyong pagkababae ay nabubuhayan na para bang bulaklak na namumukadkad. Dahil alaga ko sa dalig at katamtaman sikan, araw-araw kong pag-ibig sa aking buhay napapasarap.
Hold on, let me take a breath after singing that.
Okay, heartbeat. But yeah, anyways, take a breather.
Yeah, you're right. I really need to be careful with my heart. Ugh, that's embarrassing.
Oh, wow, Jello. Suddenly, andito pa yung paborito mong G at yung paborito mong double G. Please welcome the Lasing-ing Titos, Francis Gallardo and Josh Lua, to the stage singing Please Be Careful With My Heart by Jose Marichan.
If you love me like you tell me, please be careful with my heart. You can take it, just don't break it, or my world will fall apart. You are my first romance, and I'm willing to take a chance that till life is through, I'll still be loving you. I will be true to you. Just a promise from you will do. From the very start, please be careful with my heart. I love you and you know I do. There'll be no one else for me. Promise I'll be always true for the world and all to see. Love has heard some lies softly spoken, and I have had my heart badly broken. I've been burned and I've been hurt before, so I know just how you feel. Trust my love is real for you. I'll be gentle with your heart, I'll caress it like the morning dew. I'll be right beside you forever. I won't let our world fall apart. From the very start, I'll be careful with your heart.
You were my first
You were my
romance,
last.
and I'm willing to take
I've learned
a
from the
chance
past.
that till life is through,
I'll still be loving you.
I will be true.
I will
to
be
you.
true.
Just a promise from you.
Only
will
to
do.
you.
From the very start.
From the very start.
From the very start.
From the very start.
From the very start. Please be careful with.
I'll be careful with your heart.
Cello, na-miss ko ang pamilya ko. Naaalala ko ang mga karaoke nights sa bahay. Sobrang miss ko yan.
Ugh, not you getting in your feels again. I know you miss your family and karaoke nights, but so do I. Maybe you need to take a break right now, and so do I, because I'm really hungry for lechon paksiw.
Again, to remind all Barrio attendees viewing the stream, please remember to sign in using the QR code or link in the chat. Okay then, we'll meet back in 5 minutes after intermission.
Siguro nga masyadong mabilis ang pagyanig ng puso ko para sa puso mo. Siguro nga ako ay makulit, ayaw makinig sa takbo ng isip. Hindi ko maipilit, tila ko ay nakalutang nasa langit, ngunit nalulunod sa iyong mga ngiti.
I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? It can't be too late. I know I was so wrong. I'm all out of love. I'm so lost without you. I know you were right, believing for so long. I'm all out of love. What am I without you? I can't be too late to say that I was so wrong. To say that I was so wrong. To say that I was so wrong. And you're full of love and wild and free, chasing every dream and possibility. You're more than I could ever be. I hope he treats you better than I
deserve the world times two and our simple Sunday afternoons. I hope he's on for you, even though I had to lose you. For you to find who fills your heart, even if I'm not the one you choose. Oh, 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 oh. I hope he treats you better than I ever could. You deserve the world times two and our simple Sunday afternoons. I hope he's on for you, even though I had to lose you. For you to find who fills your heart, even if I'm not the one you choose. And I hope he's on for you. And our Sunday
dahil sa iyong mga tingin, kubog ng iyong katawan ay nakakatulala. Islap ng iyong matay, tanawing napakaganda. Di matatawaran kahit pang magdamagan ko pa tong titigan, di ko to pagsasawaan. Binubuhat mo ang aking pakiramdam, ang bigat nito ikaw ang nagpagaan. Tayo ay nagawi at nagkayamutan, ngunit walang umawat kaya't yun nagkatuluyan. Aking binibini, ikaw ang pinipili sa simula't huli ng aking pag-ibig. O aking binibini, ikaw ang pinipili sa simula't huli ng aking pag-ibig. Ikaw ang binibini na ninanais ko, binibining marikit na dalangin ko. Ikaw ang nagbigay ng kulay sa aking mundo, sana ay ipong habang buhay na ito. Ikaw ang binibini na ninanais ko, binibining marikit na dalangin ko. Ikaw ang nagbigay ng kulay sa aking mundo, sana ay ipong habang buhay na ito. Aking binibini, ikaw ang pinipili sa simula't huli ng aking pag-ibig. Ikaw ay nasa panaginip lang, ang umasang makasama kay parang akong naiibang. Ikaw ay nasa panaginip lang, ang umasang makasama kay parang akong naiibang.
Welcome back, everyone. I just want to say that I was really craving some good Filipino food during intermission.
Well, just wait a little more, because for all Barrio attendees who signed in earlier, they will be able to pick up Filipino food, including pancit, lumpia, pork barbecue, chicken afritada, and more via drive-thru at Squirrel Ridge Park.
Seryoso ka ba? Well, I can't wait now. Anyways, I hope you all had a nice, relaxing 5-minute break. And Jess, I hope you're out of your feels by now.
Don't worry, Jello. I'm done being in my feels for now. I'm so excited to see the next part of today's show, the fashion show.
Oo naman, ako rin. This reminds me of that one song. Ikaw ang Miss Universe ng buhay
Okay,
ko.
no, not the vocals again. We're done singing.
Oh, maybe. I'm just so excited because I got a sneak peek at the clothes and they really remind me of home.
Okay, nostalgia. Anyways, here's this year's Barrio Fashion Show, headed by our culture programming chairs, Ella Guevara and Giselle Almanzor.
Hello everyone, I'm Giselle Almanzor.
And I'm Ella Guevara.
And we are UFFSA's Culture Programming Chairs. We will be your MCs for this year's Barrio Fiesta Fashion Show.
Today we have a wide array of Filipino cultural clothing to show you all, ranging from formal wear to dance costumes. So without further ado, let's begin.
To start off, we will be showcasing the Barong Tagalog, modeled by Mikey Orense, Simon Carosa, Andoni Alfonso, Orpheus Cardona, Ronron Minorias, and Sam Maley. The Barong Tagalog is the national men's formal attire of the Philippines. Barong Tagalog translates to Tagalog shirt. It is usually made of a lightweight material, traditionally piña, pineapple leaves, or abaca, a Philippine banana plant, and more recently, silk and polyester.
History references that natives were demanded by Spaniards to wear this untucked, thin clothing piece to prevent them from concealing weapons and theft, as well as to differentiate the natives from the colonizers who wore their shirts tucked into their pants. Others say the Barong Tagalog is worn untucked because the piña fibers cause skin irritation. It is often embroidered with a variety of intricate designs and colors. It is commonly worn at formal occasions like weddings, debuts, baptisms, and christenings, and events of the like.
Next up, Cristina Biglete and Jess Reynosa are wearing traditional formal gowns, Filipiñanas. Also known as the Maria Clara gown, it is considered to be the more distinguished version of the Barot Saya. Noli Me Tangere, a novel written by Philippine national hero Jose Rizal, includes a female protagonist named Maria Clara, which is where the gown's name was derived from. It is traditionally made from piña, pineapple leaves, similar to the Barong Tagalog.
Cristina is modeling this beautiful white hand-painted and hand-beaded Filipiñana by Edgar San Diego. It is a more modern approach on the traditional Filipiñana, and it is considered haute couture of the Philippines. Jess is modeling a gorgeous red traditional Filipiñana made by her own tita. Next, we will be showcasing some of the traditional clothing and costumes of the Philippines.
Here, we have Ariana Arsenas modeling a modern woman's barong, paired with pearls and a long silky skirt. This combination is similar to the Barot Saya, which directly translates to shirt and skirt. This is also the feminine version of the Barong Tagalog and less formal women's wear compared to the Filipiñana. The Saya, usually ankle length, was deemed appropriate for women in the colonial era because shorter skirts were immodest, according to Spanish clergymen.
Next, we have the Singkil dance costumes modeled by Faith Danasco and Gabby Guerrero. A brief background on the popular folk dance. Singkil, based on a Mindanao epic poem, Darangen, entails Princess Gandingan abducted in a forest by guardian spirits, in which Prince Bantugan later comes to rescue her. Performed at special occasions or for entertainment, usually women of royalty dance Singkil to attract and capture the attention of potential suitors for future marriage. Singkil translates to elbow nudge, which matches the actions of the princess trying to liberate herself from the forest. Faith showcases the attire of the princess, and the fans represent optimistic and promising winds that breeze through the forest. Gabby represents the loyal servant who escorts the princess throughout her entire feat.
Last but not least, we have none other than some of UFSA's very own legacy babies.
We have the costume of the women's folk dance Banga Salidsid, modeled by Alexa Panganiban, and the costume of the men's folk dance Idao, modeled by Aaron Estrellado, both of whom wear clothing with red, brown, black, and yellow from the Igorot tribe, as they are good weavers of cloth. Banga Salidsid is a traditional folk dance performed by the Kalinga women of the Igorot tribe in the mountains of the northern province Luzon. Igorot means mountaineers or mountain people. Banga means pot, and Salidsid is Kalinga courtship dance. Together, Kalinga women march towards the river and balance heavy earthen clay pots on top of their heads to fetch water for their families each day. Younger girls begin with one pot, and as they grow older and stronger, multiple pots are stacked on top of each other.
This dance signifies women's strength and poise, balancing all of life's daily challenges amongst themselves. It is commonly worn with a tightly rolled, thick sheet for help in balancing the pot on their heads, and they wear skirts around their waist and adorn themselves with beads.
Idao, on the other hand, consists of men in bahags. Bahags are loincloths commonly worn by tribes even before the arrival of the Europeans. Because of the Philippines' hot and humid climate, tribemen's clothing were intended not to cover much of the body. Idao translates to bird. In fact, a strong and belligerent bird that the tribal Igorot dance was named after. This brutal and barbaric dance portrayed war against rival tribes. Warriors catching sight of an Idao bird during war was known to be a good omen, denoting victory in war.
Here's one last look at our models as they take their final walk across the stage.
We hope that you all enjoyed this year's fashion show with the Barong Tagalog, Filipiñanas, Barot Saya, Singkil, Banga Salidsid, and Idao costumes.
Thank you to our models for participating in Barrio Fiesta 2021 Buhay sa Bahay fashion show, and we hope all of you enjoyed the rest of Barrio.
Okay, pause. pop off.
Wait, whoa. How do you change your clothes so fast? Galing.
It's one of my many talents. Ugh, that's why all the men want me.
Well, a lot of gentlemen don't want you, except...
Okay, wait. Suddenly it's time for our next performer. Here's Patrick Amistoso singing Gentlemen Don't by Gabe Bundok.
You run your fingers across my lips. No, I've never felt like this before. No, 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 no. I know I'm young, but I know love. And I know an angel if I saw one. And I know very well, gentlemen don't kiss and tell. I promise I won't tell the world. If you said you'd want to be my girl, in your own words. I'm just a simple man, simple plan. Go to work, take care of my fam. I'm sure you understand. Cause you're heaven sent, independent. Do you think you need me? Can't you see? I know very well. Gentlemen don't kiss and tell. I promise I won't tell the whole world. If you said you'd want to be my girl, in your own words. Cards on the table, willing and able, stable, capable of holding you down. I am just waiting. I am. Love is worth waiting for. And I know very well, gentlemen don't kiss and tell. Promise I won't tell the whole world. If you said you'd want to be my girl, in your own words.
I wish I was as talented as my skater boy G.
Oh my god, Jello! Sobrang haba ang kuko mo!
Well, I tried to grow my nails out for Ate Danelle's next piece, but I couldn't make the cut.
Yeah, you really didn't cut your nails.
Kasi naman... I was just excited to dance Pangalay, but at least I can watch them now. Pangalay ay isang tradisyonal na sayaw ng kuko ng tribu ng Tausug na may mga pinagmulan sa mga sayaw na Balinese, Thai at Hindu.
Pangalay is a traditional dance of the Tausug people originating from Balinese, Thai, and Hindu cultures. Please welcome UFFSA Dance with Pangalay.
Wow. Thank you, Wolfpack, for that stunning performance.
Yeah, okay, Coco. Just like you, Jello Cuckoo.
I'm not cuckoo. I'm just built different.
Not the built different. But you know what's really different? Is our next performance by Ariana Arsenas and Nico Bronto. Can you believe they're gonna serenade us with 3 songs?
Yeah, you're right. Now that's built different. Here are Ariana and Nico singing a mashup of Rainbow by South Border, Listen by Beyonce, and Tarhana by Up Dharma Down.
Falling out, falling in, nothing sure in this world. No, no, breaking out, breaking in, never knowing what lies ahead. We can really never tell it all. No, no, no.
Say goodbye, say hello to a lover or friend. Sometimes we never will understand why some things begin and just end. No, we can never really tell it all. No, no.
But oh, can you see that no matter what happens, life goes on and on. And so, baby, just smile, 'cause I'm always around you, and I'll make you see how beautiful life is for you and me. Take a little time,
Baby, see the butterflies' colors. Listen to the words that were sent to sing for me and you. Can you feel me? This is such a wonderful place to be. Even if there is pain now, everything will be alright. For as long as the world tells us there will be night and day. Can you feel me? There's a rainbow always after the rain. Oh, 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 oh. Listen to the song here in my heart, a melody I start but can't complete. Listen to the sound from deep within. It's only beginning to find release. Oh, the time has come for my dreams to be heard.
But they will not be pushed aside or turned into your own. That's 'cause you won't listen. Hey, hey, listen. I am alone at a crossroads. I'm not at home in my own home. And I tried and tried to say what's on my mind. You should have known. Oh, now I'm done believing you. You don't know what I'm feeling. I'm more than what you made of me. I found the voice that you gave to me, but now I've gotta find my home.
Di ba patulan ang pagsuyong nagkulang? Tayong umaasa, hilag at kanluran. Ikaw ang hantungan at bilang kanluran mo, ako ay sasagip sa'yo.
Na di ba sabihin ang hindi mo maamin? O nauupaya na pambato sa hangin. Huwag kong ikatakot, ang mundo ang damdamin mo. Naririto ako, nakikinig sa'yo. Take a little time, baby. See the butterflies' colors. Listen to the birds that were sent to sing for me and you. Can you feel me? This is such a wonderful place to be. Even if there is pain now, everything
Till turns there will be night and day. Can you feel me? There's a rainbow always after the rain. There's a rainbow always after the rain.
Follow us at UFAKM.
What a beautiful duet. Maybe we have some competition in our hands.
Yeah, these performances really remind me of watching ASAP or It's Showtime and all those other ABS-CBN shows on TFC.
Wait, gago. ABS-CBN is cancelled. It's Kapamelia channel now. Maybe we need other shows or programs to watch. And I'm kind of hungry too now.
Speaking of that, here's our culture chair, Vance Herbner, with his very own cooking segment.
Hey everybody, we're back here in my kitchen for everyone's favorite segment, of course, Cultura Kitchen, with yours truly, Vance Lorenzo Herbner, the Culture Tech Chair. So, what am I cooking today, you may ask? Well, obviously, I'm cooking pancit bahan. So, without further ado, let's get on into it.
So first, talk about our ingredients. We got some chopped chicken, some garlic, some carrots, some cabbage, some onion, some rice stick noodles, dark and regular soy sauce, some sesame oil, some rice vinegar for a little bit of that tartness, some sugar, some chicken broth ready to be made, and you're gonna need a ripping hot pan with some canola oil in it.
Alright, and then let's peel our onion. Anyway, okay. Delicious. Oh no, I'm crying. I'm crying. Ah! Oil is smoking. Oh, that's not good. Oh. Okay. Just been denaturing oil over on that counter.
What's
All right.
next?
Cabbage time. Cabbage time. I could put in a clip from Avatar right here about the cabbages.
God, my cabbages!
Look at all this cabbage. Seductive. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's cabbage.
This is cool.
Cabbage, it's roughage. It's good for you, right? It's got fiber. Helps you poop. Oh, this is my friend's. In the bucket. In the bucket it goes. Alright, we're gonna peel a carrot now. Peeling. Somebody is going to critique my peeling of carrots, and then it'll be a disaster. Fun, remember last year. Alrighty. We have prepped everything.
Sizzle! Sizzle!
We're gonna let that sizzle. Simply gorgeous, but not as gorgeous as me. Take this chicken, I'm gonna transfer it. Oh. Oh boy. And then we're gonna take all that gorgeous little fond we got going on down there. And then we're gonna add in. Oh my god, what the? Anyway, okay. So we're gonna let our onions simmer with the garlic for a few minutes, about 2, and then we're gonna add our cabbage. Get the carrots all in there.
So now we're going to be creating our pancit broth or base. So here I'm adding 2 tablespoons of regular soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of dark soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar. That's going to get added to the bouillon base I'm using. So I'm using chicken bouillon. And after this, we're going to add some boiling hot water so we can get those all acquainted with each other. And then we're going to add all that back into our pan. Add the chicken back to our wonderful mixture here and our broth. Give it a good old stirry stir. A little jostle. Look at us jostling it. So I'm going to portion the rice stick noodles, the core of this dish, and then I'm going to add them back into our pancit, and that's our last ingredient. Our glorious rice noodles. We're just gonna kind of gotta just push them down in there. Yeah, and all that moisture. Just gotta, get out some anger. Get out some of that aggression, that C you got on the bio exam, that dumb, right? You just kind of push it down into the noodles, and hopefully they dissolve. All right, and then after a few minutes of cooking in the broth, the noodles will start to soften, and that's pretty much the last step. It looks like this. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Well, that's pancit Bahun. If you can see here, we got some nice color. We got the veggies. We got the chicken, some chicken bits. That was cabbage. We got some chicken bits. Can't really see it, but it's in the tongue. Look at that. It's beautiful. This is really good to serve with friends who've never had Filipino cooking. I have a lot of white friends, so they like it. I like it. Everyone likes pancit. What can go wrong, It wouldn't be a barrio without food, bringing together Filipinos. And so if you want to cook pancit yourself, you can follow my recipe, or pick it up after the show if you're in Gainesville. So yeah. Thank you for joining me in my humble kitchen. And that is it for Kultura Kitchen. Ciao!
Sus Mary Josep, sarap na sarap yan.
Ay nako, I really miss my parents' home-cooked meals. Maybe when we pick up our food after this, I can drive home to get some of my parents' cooking.
Okay, driver. Speaking of driving, here's Kirsten De Los Santos singing Driver's License by Olivia Rodrigo.
Got my driver's license last week, just like we always talked about. You were so excited for me to finally drive up to your house. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs, crying 'cause you weren't around. And you're probably with that blonde girl who always made me doubt. She's so much older than me. She's everything I'm insecure about. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs. 'Cause how could I ever love someone else? And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. All my friends are tired hearing how much I miss you. I kinda feel sorry for them, 'cause they'll never know you the way that I do. Yeah, today I drove through the suburbs, pictured I was driving home to you. And I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. Oh, and I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street. Red lights, stop signs, I still see your face in the white cars. Front yards, can't drive past the places we used to go to. 'Cause you know I still love you, babe. Sidewalks we crossed, I still hear your voice in the traffic. We're laughing over all the noise. God, I'm so blue, nowhere through. 'Cause you know I still love you, babe. I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one. And I just can't imagine how you could be so okay now that I'm gone. Guess you didn't mean what you wrote in that song about me. 'Cause you said forever, now I drive alone past your street.
Now I'm in my feels.
Oh, that's awkward. I would tell you to take a seat because I did see some benches around here earlier, but I think they're going to be used for something more important than your feelings.
Sayaw ba?
Oo naman! Sayaw sa bangko or dance on a bench ay isang traditional na sayaw where dancers perform on stacked narrow benches.
Please welcome UFFSA Wolfpack with their final performance, Sayaw sa Bangko. That was really impressive. Aaron and Grayson made that seem really easy to do all the way up there at the top of those benches. Now anyways, please rise for the real Filipino national anthem.
Okay, Swagapino!
I'm just kidding. Or not. Joke lang. But I can't wait to hear our culture team sing to us a Jeremy Passion song.
Oo naman eh. He's like, the sunshine in my rain.
Anyways, please welcome FSA's culture team, Ping, Vance, and our ates Ella, Giselle, and Trina to perform for you the popular anthem Lemonade by Jeremy Passion.
He's my sunshine in the rain, Tylenol when I'm in pain, yeah. Let me tell you what he means to me. Like a tall glass of lemonade, it's burning hot on summer days. He's exactly what I need. Soothing light, the ocean rushing on the sand. He takes care of me, baby. He tries to be a better man. He's so beautiful. Sometimes I start to close my eyes. He's exactly what I need. He's my smile when I'm feeling blue. He's my good night's sleep when the day is through, yeah. Let me tell you what he means to me. He's kinda like this. Kinda like the feeling after your first kiss, except that every day he makes me feel like this. He's exactly what I need. He's soothing like the ocean rushing on the sand. He takes care of me, baby. He tries to be a better man. He's so beautiful. Sometimes I stop to close my eyes. He's exactly what I need. Said he's soothing like the ocean rushing on the sand. He takes care of me, baby. He tries to be a better man. He's so beautiful. Sometimes I start to close my eyes. He's exactly what I need. He's exactly what I need.
Period.
Period.
Eddie, wow. I wish my life was as coordinated as their performance.
Period.
Oh, not the period. You really make me want to go home now.
Don't go home now. You're gonna miss the best part of today, which is actually the best parts of every Filipino gathering ever. The raffles and line dancing.
Oh shoot, you're right. Naaalala ko yung mga parties sa bahay where everyone would gather and line dance in the living room.
Yeah, those house parties with the really crowded living rooms, really full of dancing, make me miss home.
Speaking of that, I heard FSA members participate in a raffle by submitting videos of them dancing to September. Anyways, here's a compilation. Okay, tama na, Jess. Our part is over. Unfortunately, Barrio is coming to a close. I had a really fun time watching all these performances and experiencing our culture.
Sayang naman. Sobrang saya ang araw nito. Oh well, you're right. At least we were able to watch all these amazing performances as well as reminisce on our buhay sa bahay. Salamat po sa inyong lahat sa mga suportahan.
I couldn't agree more, Jess. This day was really fun, even though I hardly ever agree with you. Ugh. Thank you to all the viewers at home, and thank you to all the lovely performers who really showed the true culture of the Philippines and life at home.
And before we leave you with our Barrio Director Trina's closing remarks, please remember that for those in the Gainesville area, there will be free Filipino food served by drive-thru at Squirrel Ridge Park.
Nice setup. You won't want to miss out on the food they have there, including lumpia, pancit, pork barbecue, and chicken afritada. Salamat ulit for watching Barrio Fiesta 2021. Here's Trina with the closing remarks.
Thank you so much for coming to our show. This is my third year taking part in Barrio, and I'm so proud to be able to direct this event. I want to thank my chairs, Ella, Giselle, Ping, and Vance, for helping me with Barrio planning. This event truly would not have been able to happen without them. I'd also like to thank eBoard for all of their support and help with brainstorming and all the stress that comes with event planning during this time. I'd also like to thank the choreographers, Orpheus and Danelle, and all the performers and committee members who helped out with Barrio Fiesta, making it what it is. While this isn't how I expected Barrio Fiesta to be this year, I'm still extremely proud of it and all the work everyone has put into it. Thank you so much for coming to our event.